What is up, reselling family? I'm Sean, full-time clothing eBay reseller, and we are talking about the cursed future of selling on eBay. Why did I come up with the title? Is it Halloween? Is it Halloween weekend? When do you go trick-or-treating? There's a lot of questions to be answered. The reason I thought about making this topic like the cursed future is because as I've grown in my reach and in the amount of people that are seeing my short form content, one, on Facebook, Taylor Exchange. If you guys aren't following the Facebook page, please go follow. Two, the YouTube videos have been getting quite a bit of views. I've been getting more and more hateful comments about how resellers are ruining the thrift stores, ruining the economy. I guess I'm so surprised how, from grandmas to grown men to women, it just seems like everybody wants to hate on finding a Patagonia quarter zip and, selling it online. It's like the homeless man was supposed to get the Patagonia quarter zip. It's like, dude, I leave all the George, Faded Glory, the Murano, all that stuff is left. Those homeless people, they can go shop there. And honestly, I don't even think clothes is the main problem for the homeless. I think it's more of drug addiction or, mental health type stuff. And then, there's the shelter. Anyway, so we are going to just kind of mull on that thought. If you guys have any thoughts on that, you're watching the stream later, go ahead and comment. If you're in live now, what's up? Welcome in. Alex Trevino, first person in. Thanks, man. Bears playing tonight, Sunday night football. I usually run this stream at 1 p.m. Central on Sundays. That was pretty steady. And then when football season started, everything went out the window because Chicago Bears, they take top priority in my life during football season. They play Sunday night. Chargers, Los Angeles. It's going to be a big game. I hope Tyson Bagent, Agent Bagent, undrafted free agent from Virginia, hopefully he can bring the W home. All right, so we have a little bit of items. I've definitely slowed down my listing. I'm kind of trying to shrink my store a little bit, and there was an issue with the place that I have my listing set up, my office, and it was too when the temperature changes, it gets super cold, so you turn the heater on, but then it gets to 85 degrees. There's a problem with the temperature in that building, and I made my employee go home. I didn't want her working in those types of conditions. So we kind of missed a day of photos. We got a little bit behind on our normal 30, 35 items per day listing. So I just dropped it down a bit. And honestly, it hasn't hurt sales all that much. I have tons of items in the store, push sales, run sales, send offers, make sales, make money. All right, that's pretty much where we're at. So let's just get started. I will tell you, my wife and I, we're going to go to Home Depot in a little bit, so I definitely need to run through this stream, get these items done. My mom is going to come over. Grandma's going to watch, baby Seth. And unfortunately, we couldn't do a lot of the trunk or treat stuff last night because we got hit with a nasty storm. I mean, right now I think it's 40 degrees and it's drizzly, and then they canceled everything for yesterday. Tonight, there's an indoor event we're going to go to, and then Tuesday night, Halloween day, All Hallows Eve, he's having a trunk or treat at his daycare. So we're going to go, dress up for all that. And we got our costumes all ready. So really excited about this year. Right now, my wife is indoctrinating him into Halloween Town on Hulu. So he's getting to experience that for the first time. Anyway, we've got a few orders here. We're out of colored bags. So if you guys know, I use colored poly mailers from Jiaropack. Taylor 10, you get 10% off your order. Commissions also help me whenever you purchase. So thank you for everyone who does that. But yeah, I'm actually waiting for an order. I ordered 4,000 bags from them, and they're a little behind. I reached out to them. I said, what's the deal? It had a little bit of a delay. I don't know if it's coming on boat from wherever, China, or what it is. I'm not even sure where they're located. I probably should find out. But yeah, there's a little bit of an issue. 4,000 bags, they'll come in my way. I got the royal blue. I got the green, and I think I got the lighter green, the mint green. I think that's what we're running with. But right now, we're using white today, so not too bad. Let's see. The Higher Standard says, I have been responding to those comments myself. Goodwill is a reseller. People should stop hating on resellers that do it better. I think a lot of people don't understand Goodwill. And, I was actually talking to my dad and my mom about this morning because I took Ragnar for a walk. My backyard's completely flooded with mud, and I can't leave my dog in the backyard. So I take him on a walk to get his exercise and whatnot. So I go to my parents and I was talking to him about the comments. And my dad said, yeah, I think it's because Goodwill's supposed to be helping the poor, not like, you know, he kind of like understood their point. And I said, Dad, I said, these guys, their mission's not to help the poor. They help people get jobs, which is, you know, admirable to hire people that have, you know, harder time finding work, or even disabled people. Like, that's a good thing. But they're absolutely not like in it for the poor. Like the church ones, the faith mission resale, those types of places, they are trying to help like some of those folk. But yeah, it's all a business, man. And I think a lot of people, you know, they just want to attack somebody on the internet, and we seem like easy targets. So, but hey, I'm all for it though. Oh no. Okay. Have you guys ever gotten the red exclamation point on the shipping window? It says, please be aware USPS is expecting some issues at the moment. We apologize for any inconvenience. If affected, we ask you that you try again later. So hopefully that's not the case, because I'm not trying to try again later. I'm trying to try right now so I can get these items shipped before the Bears game. It looks like it's going, oh, it does say experiencing issues. Under each one of the USPS like options in red, it says experiencing issues. If you guys have any of this issues going on, please let me know. I'm very curious to see what the deal is. Alex says, if people are starting to hate, that means you're doing something right. I know, right? It's like, did you make it if you got a lot of haters? Honestly, it doesn't really affect me, but I get that like fire to like attack back at them. But I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Just type angry like all caps and start typing stuff in. Know what? That's a good name. It says resellers keep thrift stores open, period. Yeah. And my wife was reading through them, and she said somebody responded like, the shirts are $4.99 or, you know, $6.99, like, get over it. Or it's like, is that too much? Like, quit complaining. Because, I mean, if you go to a retail store, what are you paying? A minimum of $20? You know, if you're lucky, like $15, $10, but most likely you're paying more. All right, we're going to see if we can print this one. I don't know if it's going to print. I really hope it does. I think I had like $700 something, so it's definitely slow weekend for me. But like I said, I've been listing like 15. Just really haven't even been focused. I've been really trying to build my social media on the short form content, and I've also kind of been just hanging out with family more on the weekends than working on listings. So it's weird. It's like, you know, I'm usually like go, but like, I don't know if it's the weather change because it's getting like really cold, but I've just kind of like slowed. And I think what's going to happen is come Monday, I'll usually like fire back up and start hitting it like I normally do. So. Flips while broke. I love the name. Says, as soon as Q4 starts, all shipping gets delayed. Yeah, no kidding, man. Well, usually this type of delay that you'll see on the website happens if you're shipping like between the hours of like 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. because they're doing stuff to the site, right? So I'm really surprised that it's happening at 2 p.m. Central here. But yeah, that one I just threw back was a Brooks Brothers polo. So I'm not against buying Brooks Brothers. I think the casual sizes, I think striping, those types of polos still do well enough. It only sold for 19 shipped, but that's kind of where we're at with a lot of these, you know. I did look at the metrics. We're at about 175,000 for the yearly sales. So we're definitely going to hit over 200,000. You know, last year was 193. This year, I think it's going to be probably like 210. I think that's what we're going to hit. So that's pretty good. And I always think like, can I do better next year? Like, I don't know. A lot of it just comes to supply. Like if you can get the items, you can, you know, the rest of it's easy. So it's just a matter of getting all the items. I do want to start more hard goods. I do have some hard goods listed. I got some tubs on my old rack. I got a like a camera. I got a smart thermostat, a baseball glove. So I want to do some of that yard sale footage. I want to do some more hard goods because honestly, it's exciting. The profit margins are so high on hard goods that maybe I'm missing out, you know, like I have the skills and the capital to do this. It's just a matter of like implementing the process and not letting the stuff sit. But let me show you. I got these shoes over here. Let's see. I got some shoes here. And since we're talking Halloween, like look at these Converses. Boom. Joker. Yeah, so these I actually picked up at an Uptown Cheapskate, I think. I paid $15 for these. These should be about $50. It's a really good size, too. These are, well, they're size 9. Was that a women's 9 or men's 9? I think these are like unisex. So it's a women's 11, it looks like. Men's 9. Yeah, 2 sizes different, I guess. Pretty cool. I like these a lot. And I also got these. These I paid $8.99. They're the Ralph Lauren. And when you see this, I think this means like driver shoe. So these were cool. If they were 10.5s, I'd probably be keeping these. But they're size 11, so they're not going to work. I tried them on. They're a little too loose. But yeah, these should be like $40, no problem. I think 10 into 40 on shoes is a pretty good range to be in. I really don't want to go less than 40. But I do have some shoes that I found for like, they're like real beater shoes, but they're Nike Air Max, like Nike Air Force Ones. Those types of shoes, you can get like 25 to 30 and pay like $5. I don't really want to be in that range for shoes just because of storage purposes and, you know, you still got to ship like a big pair of shoes. I think it's okay though, you know, kind of just to warm back up into shoes, you know. And some of it's the stuff that I used to wear, right? Like just sell your own stuff after it's kind of beat up. Inglewood Deal says, I made it. Finally caught a live. Yes, dude. No ads when you catch the live. Sorry I got to put ads in there, but hey, we're trying to make some money on this too. Allie says, I had that warning a little while ago and I printed my labels fine. Okay, yeah, Allie, that's good. Mine's having no problem. It is showing the message, but no problem. Here's a pair of figs. I bought these figs probably like, I think a couple months ago. Yeah, I feel like my hair's like, I didn't really like put gel or nothing in my hair. I just threw the cap on. So these are figs, but they're the technical collection, and I'm pretty sure figs came out with a much cheaper line because these only sold for $17.50 plus $8.99 shipping. So I thought figs were like $40. I think these are the cheaper line that they came out with, and I found I think 4 sets for like $5 total. I mean $5 a piece for each set, something like that. It was definitely cheap, but I was like super excited, and then this is like the second one to sell or something out of those. Or maybe they weren't sets, they were 5 pieces, like 3 tops, 3 bottoms, 2 tops, something like that. This is the second or third one to sell. But yeah, figs, I mean, figs is a good one. I really don't do scrubs. I can tell you though, if you are looking at scrubs, the Disney stuff does really well. Because you got to think, if someone's like a dental assistant or even a nurse and they're dealing with children, the Disney stuff is really, you know, it's really, you know, calming and stuff like that, because they're usually in a situation where somebody is in a bit of discomfort, you know. But yeah, I've definitely sold like bigger size scrubs in Disney, but I don't go for those much anymore. It's not my jam. Not my jam. Yoslin says, I'm having the same issues. I do have the issues too. Yeah, so it seems to be fine so far, but I don't know. It's always a little annoying to see that. Let me pack this up. Yeah, I forgot with Q4 is the holiday shipping ordeal. Like I don't pay too much stock into it because I just don't really think about it. But then I do remember last year getting messages where people are just like, hey, where's the stuff at? And you're like, they just like trust the post office. They'll make it happen. And very, very rarely it actually gets completely lost. I think it's only happened a handful of times. The worst is when it's like lost, right? And then you refund them, and then like the next day it shows like delivered, and you're just kind of like, can I get the money back? But you've already clicked the button, so that's a thing. All right. Tony says it would be a huge boost if the Bears could keep the momentum going with the win tonight. A win tonight, I mean, I was looking at the schedule. I thought playoffs were done when we hit that the 1-5, when we hit that loss. But now, when you think about it, like our schedule, the Packers are dismantling, like they're completely falling apart. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think playoffs is in the cards, but I do think we could probably hit like 6 wins maybe. And I would love just to win on Sunday night, because every time there's a primetime game, you know, people see the Bears in action. We have my dad has the ticket, so we watch every game and know what they can do, but a lot of people just hate on them because they always see them just fail in primetime games, you know. I'm excited. I was thinking of like, what's a holiday, like Halloween type alcohol drink, and I couldn't really think of any. So I haven't been drinking a lot, but man, sometimes I like to, you know. Usually I just go with Miller Lite though. Let's see. Common collectibles. I'm seeing the same issue. Have 4 orders to ship. Yeah, I'm still able to like chew through it though. Here's a shoe sale. I picked these up at a garage sale. It was actually one that I recorded, I think. These are Ariats. It's a women's flat. It's pretty much brand new. And man, these are probably like $50 to $70 new, maybe even more. But they sold for $20 plus $8.99. So not too bad with the flats. I paid $5 for these. Junior's got the same message, yeah. Flip It Good says, howdy, I was the first to hit the like button, not trying to brag or anything. All hail Flip It Good, the fastest like button presser on the internet. Nah, dude, go ahead and brag, man. Nothing's wrong with that. Maybe it shows the rest of these guys to, you know, guys and gals to step it up. So this is the one where I think it's over a pound, but it's actually going to be cheaper to go ground shipping or priority, and that's because they're in Texas. So if somebody's within 500 miles of you, the shipping is going to be cheaper to do priority or ground. But say priority is more expensive than ground, but it's within 500 miles. Well, guess what? That priority mail item is not going on a plane. So it's not going to be any faster. It's going to go on the same place a ground shipping would be. So if you're worried, like right here, it says priority mail says October 31st to November 1st on estimated delivery. And then Ground Advantage says November 1st to November 4th. Well, there's no way this one's going to go any faster. Even though it says 1 day faster, I don't think it will go any faster based on what my post office said. So I don't know how accurate he is, but that's what he told me. So that's what I'm going with, you know. He's been in it for like decades and he knows his stuff. But yeah, he pretty much said always go with the cheaper one on within 500 miles. Which this one, it happens to be priority is cheaper than Ground Advantage. And I never understood that either. Priority is $7.20 on this one. It's 1 pound, 3 ounces. And it says Ground Advantage is $7.35. And then, you know, flat rate would be $7.60. So we're going to go with the priority here. And maybe they'll get their slip-on shoes on All Hallows Eve. Who knows? Noah says, I had that issue earlier with shipping message, but just refreshed my screen. It was fine. Yeah, mine hasn't really like gone away or nothing. Figs have been throwing Veros. Also, market is pretty saturated. Ooh, I would hate to get a Vero on some $20 item, but it's already been sold. So, Goofy says Carhartt scrubs do well. Interesting. I don't know if I've seen Carhartt scrubs. Dude, I had a Carhartt blunder at the thrift store this week. So, I found one of the big canvas jackets, you know, with the hoods, and it was purple. And I was like, oh, that's unique. Ooh, it didn't generate the label. This is the first one of like 4. I'm going to try it again. So it was a purple Carhartt canvas jacket with the hood, and I knew it was a woman's, right? So I check it out. There, it printed the second time. I check it out, and it was $25 at the thrift store. So who's buying it right now? Answer, would you buy a $25 purple women's Carhartt? And don't look up the comps because I didn't look up the comps, but in my head, I was saying $60. It's a $60 shipped for that. And I was like, you can make some money, but it's such a big jacket. And then I go down the aisle and like a vintage bro grabs it. And then he puts it on to wear. And then I was like, is he going to just wear it or is he trying to resell it? I was like, maybe he's buying it to wear. And then he goes to his girlfriend. I was like kind of watching him. He goes to his girlfriend and he's like talking to her about it. And then it looked like he was going to put it back. So I said, hey, are you going to go for that women's Carhartt jacket? He goes, oh, no, man, I think I'm just going to rock it. Like, it's big enough. And I was like, oh, all right. It comps for $100, not $60. So I messed up there pretty bad. It honestly doesn't happen often. Usually I grab that stuff and put it in my cart and then look it up. But if it was 25 into 60, are you guys still buying a big jacket? Because you'll probably profit, what, like $15 maybe? $20? 25 into 60? I don't know. I definitely blundered though. I felt like such a noob. Like, why didn't I just grab it, you know? And it's those big bulky items because they don't fit in my boxes. I got to put them in the closet, and then it was a women's, but Yeah, who knew the women's Carhartt market? And maybe because it was purple and not like a blue one, maybe that one's the difference. But yeah, it's kind of stunk, you know. But hey, we all make mistakes, right? Like, that happens. It's not like, you know, I'm the greatest dude out there at reselling. Like, I definitely have a lot to learn, and that's clearly one of them. All right. So this is an Under Armour long sleeve shirt. Went for $18. It's not a lot, but I know I spent like $3 on that. I never spend that much on crew neck Under Armours. Like, they don't do well. And it's not like the mock neck. This is just like a casual one. Okay. 9 ounces. Ground advantage. Paul says Amazon is way down for us. We did 1.7 mil last year and we were under 500K. Yikes. Paul, what's your margins of profit on that? Because I feel like Amazon's like 10%, but I don't know exactly. And is that due to fees and like cost of doing business, or is it more so like product cost increase? Because if you look at the price of like a 20-ounce soda, it's like what, $2.28 or something like that, and it used to be like $1 something. So, Paul, I'd be curious to see what I don't need to know like what products you're selling. I know you wouldn't say anything like that, but I'm just curious what's the reason for that? Because you're down 70 or 60% or whatever, or was it 75%? It's a lot of percent. Flippin' Waffle says eBay has been crickets this weekend. Super lame. Well, think about it. Everyone's buying Halloween costumes and candy, man. So unless you're selling Halloween costumes, which I had a crazy run-in with a guy about 5 years ago. He was doing, no, was it 5? Maybe it was in 2019. He was doing retail arbitrage with costumes. And this dude was going to all the Walmarts and he was dropping like thousands of dollars on costumes, and then he would return it to other Walmarts. And he's like, he was actually a pilot in the Air Force. And yeah, he was telling me his whole business. It ended up like, he ended up divorcing his wife and like kind of just going solo because of how much the business consumed him and how much money he was making. It's kind of a sad story, but very interesting to see how much money they can make with that kind of stuff. All right, we've got a super chat. I'm gonna call Poochie's Pickers. Says $2 super chat. I saw you didn't get many super chats. Thank you. Yes, I don't get many super chats. I really appreciate it. And you put the little balloons in the number 1. I want to see, like, I don't really know running lives on YouTube how to like pop that out. I could add you as a moderator. No. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know how to like actually control the streams very well. So thank you for that. And if you have any anything you want to ask, like say you're really thinking about something, reach out to me on Facebook, Taylor Exchange business page, or Instagram, and just be like, hey man, I had a question about this, and I'll spend a little bit of time to help you out there. So I really appreciate it. Or you could ask right here, and we could all hear. Either way. The Hired Standard says, my death pile is out of control. I need to stop buying. Problem is, I have a honey hole. Sets aside 10 to 20 items every day. Dude. That is a very powerful thing if you got that. Now I have a bit of way to get like some resources like that, but not that many, not like that. So that's pretty good. Yeah, you better keep feeding them money because they'll cut that off, and then they'll find somebody else who will. This is I remember this one. So this person is from Israel, right? And they asked me, they said, hey, can you make an invoice to adjust the shipping to Israel, right? So what I did was I went to the invoice page, and I wonder if I set this one up as like just straight up international and not through, I think I was testing a couple items. I don't know. I can't remember. But I went through Pirate Ship, and I actually created the label and saw how much it was. It was like $26. So I charged them $29.99 shipping, and it's like a $9.38 Nautica shirt. So I'm going to see this label. Yeah, and I put 12 ounces. It's actually 9 ounces. So yeah, 2665 first class international. So I'm going to buy this on pirate ship, and I'm going to have to 12 ounces. It's only 9 ounces. Yeah, I'm just going to buy it, and hopefully this works. I haven't done many international directs, but I think if you open that up, international direct, you're going to get tons of sales, because I used to get a lot of international sales, but when I first started reselling, like I didn't handle the problems well with it. And that's like people sending you messages in another language. Now they have like Google Translate through eBay messages, so it's a lot easier. I mean, sometimes the words are a little messed up, but still, I think having international direct will get you way more sales than just eBay global shipping. The problem is understanding like how much these labels are going to cost, and then is it going to be like this where he needs to send an invoice every time, or because now that I think about it, I need to see if he even paid like the $29.99. I'm pretty sure he did. I don't think that. Yeah, okay. So his order total was $39.10 on a $9, $11 item, $9.11 item, and then I paid $26 for the label. So yeah, he's all in for the money he paid, but I think he either saw a bigger amount because of whatever default things that it does for shipping, and then he's like, hey, what's the actual shipping? Sends the invoice. If that's the case, I may change to just international direct. I've been really thinking about this. And then the label, I don't want to show his information, but it got printed out correct, the international style, which eBay's USPS international style shipping does not fit on my 4x11s, or I mean 4x6s. It always comes out messed up, and I have to like do something different to get it to work, or print it on my wife's printer. This one prints out correct. So going to Israel, Godspeed, because who knows if it's going to make it. Sarah says, I'm late. What are you doing for Seth's first birthday? Sarah, if you're in the area, we invited like 75. I've invited like 70 people. It's like almost as many people as our wedding. But it's going to be first trip around the sun. So it's space theme. You're talking, I don't know if we're going to dress him up, but like everything is space theme, right? First trip around the sun. He's 1 year old. So it's going to be his birthday is November 12th, and I think it's going to be the 10th or whatever day. Is that Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. But yeah, it's going to be pretty great. Flippin' Waffle says, oh yeah, I already read that. eBay's been crickets. Oh man, Sarah, I can't believe I missed yours. Okay, yeah, you said you're late. Well, I'm glad you're here. Lake Erie Resale says, what's good, bro? Not much, man. I mean, it's pretty cold today. I've been having to take Ragnar on like freezing walks, which stinks for me, but he's got to get exercise. Usually on days that he can't go in the backyard because it's too wet, I'll wrestle him in the living room. But now the living room is kind of like Seth's area, so we'd have to clear out the battle zone for me and Ragnar. It's pretty intense. This is a Wrangler. It's a pearl snap, but it's a women's shirt. So women's pearl snaps, Western does pretty well. And pretty well means like if you buy it for like less than $5, it's going to make you a little bit of money, but it will sell. This one was a medium, so it took longer to sell, and it still sold though. So like $20 for that. Flippin' Waffles says I was fifth to hit. There's no ribbons for fifth place, Flippin' Waffles, but I appreciate you letting us know. Akeem says, correction, the first like button hitter. Mm-hmm. Jen says, yes, y'all are talking about the Carhartt purchase. Yeah, I messed that up. I think unusual colors, unusual styles are money. Yeah, and see, I just wasn't in it. I mean, I wasn't thinking, you know? Wasn't thinking. All right. All right, let's see. What do we got? We have... Poochie says, your channel is great. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I'm going to try to incorporate some better videos. I want to do some of the, like the end of the year stuff that goes... Oh, hang on a second. Oh no! Oh no no no! Okay, so the pirate ship, it did not import the since I did a private label through pirate ship, which I didn't need to, but I messed up. I need to copy the tracking and put it over to eBay. So if you guys have ever had that issue, you pretty much just copy paste tracking, and there'll be a section on the item that says add tracking number. And then you copy paste, and then the carrier, it should auto populate, but sometimes you gotta click it, save and continue. It's validating, and then I'm gonna refresh this to make sure that it's shipped. Yeah, it says shipped. All right, cool. That's how that works. But yeah, I was thinking of some of those end of the year videos, like top 10 like most expensive sales for these brands, you know, because a bunch of them are Ralph Lauren, but like there'll be other ones. So like a video top 10 of that. I want to do how much money I made first year on YouTube or whatever. I think that's a cool video for not just resellers, but like, you know, other people to try to get them in to watch the channel, and like business people, stuff like that. I also want to do like a full breakdown of like how much money I made, but I won't know that till like after tax returns and stuff like that, because I usually overpay in quarterly taxes and get like a pretty hefty return. So Under Armour mock neck right here, this is $23 plus $8.99 shipping. The reason being, it's a 3XL. I'm telling you, 3XLs in most brands and categories, it bumps up the price a lot from 2XL. I think that's the cutoff for stores that are like developing clothes, like 3XL, 4XL. They're like, all right, let's just taper back on this. There's not that many big people out there. But the guys that need that stuff, the football players, the offense and defensive linemen, they need to go to eBay pretty much to find it. And this guy's in Texas, no doubt a defensive guy. No doubt in my mind. All right. Let's see. Whoa, Paul, you said 26% on Amazon. Very nice, man. Seems like everything tanks so fast. Been full-time for 14 years. This is by far the worst year. Dang, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know the game. Like, I think it's what, first in, last out or something like that is how it's done, but that stinks, man. Are you trying to like shift somewhere else, or are you going to try to just like hold on? You own a sports card shop, so I also still do eBay. Okay, so yeah, you're all in it. If you have, I figured you had some other avenues to like get rid of the stuff. It's pretty good, man. Poochie's pumping up the super chats. You've been selling for 26 years. You're still learning all the time. Yeah, I don't think there's ever a day you can really like not learn something in life. Ping says hello to the chat. We got a yellow shirt here. This is an Under Armour. When it comes to yellows and purples, now yellow's not the best color, but sometimes it is. This sold for 19, 10 plus shipping, so $18.99. Ooh, I just put that little plastic bag. So if it's 8 ounces exactly, you could probably type in 8 ounces and be fine. I always take the plastic liner out to ensure it's under 8 ounces. If you guys buy the plastic bags for my links, they're like 0.2 of an ounce. So if it's 8.2, you can take the liner out and get right at 8, and that'll save you the next bracket for the labels. All right. So the last video I did, I kind of made a joke about like elongating the intro. Even though that was a short video, I didn't really have, I talked too fast to like get videos to go long. But if you saw that shot of me eating the apple, it was done with this gimbal. So the gimbals are like tools for videography and stuff. Anyway, so it like balances your phone, and then you can get like super steady shots. And it's pretty cool. I'm using this for like my advertising. Oh shoot, I just dropped a piece. This is like the AI sensor. This is the one thing I don't like about it. It has a magnetic thing on it. But this is what I'm doing. So these are called gimbals, and then what you can do is, if I knew how to do it right, yeah. So you can you make videos and it's like super steady and stuff like that. So this is like $150. No, this one was like I think $200. But anyway, this is like what my YouTube money goes to pretty much, is stuff like this. Which, there we go. Golly, it's so hard because it does like 360s and stuff like that. But anyway, it like balances the phone, and it's pretty cool. It's very complex though, because I need to watch like some videos on it. But that first shot, it had the AI tracking of me in the kitchen, and that's why I threw it in there, just because I thought it was cool. Let's see. The higher standard says they literally set aside every new tagged item plus every brand from a list I've given them. Plus, I have a deal where they buy every jersey sight unseen. Holy tamale, man. That's good. Having relationships with people, man, that's really how you get ahead. You know, it sets, because like normal folk just going into the thrift shops, like, don't even consider that as a possibility without having to ask, because they may not have met somebody like you who can explain, like, hey, this is the deal I've laid out for them. Now I've got a place similar to that. Like I was giving them like a brand list, but it's really like their judgment, you know, because they have to make money too, and I don't go there every week or every day, so it's they'll you know, hang on to like a handful of items, and I'll come in and just pay them. And sometimes I used to trade them different types of inventory as well. Jen said, "What's your favorite bear game to watch?" Jen, every Bears game is my favorite. I don't even know what to say. I guess when they win. I mean, what's your favorite Bear game to watch? Yeah, I mean, all of them. Really, all of them. I don't miss a single game. Even when my son was being born, I think he was 2 or 3 days old, like, we made sure to go to my dad's to watch the game. Or no, that's not it. It was the day he was born. His birthday, his birthday. The day of his birth. That day, so he was born in the middle of the night, right? Well, that day, there was a Bears game, and I left my wife at the hospital with Seth to catch the game, and then I went back. And there was other family there, you know, like her side of the family, but like I did leave to watch the game, and I went back. Because, I mean, Seth, he'll understand, and he'll probably do the same for his child, you know. But yeah, it was, you know, that it's important. It's definitely important in my life. Fireball says, the only thing with international direct is returns. How do you handle this? I don't know. That's part of the problem why I stopped doing it. That is part of the reason why I stopped doing it. So that's a huge problem, because usually you pretty much just say, like, don't worry about it, because I don't know if you can make them pay the label or something. Like, I just don't. I think you lose protections, I think. I'm not sure. Here's Ariat Pro Series. $25 on the Ariat Pro Series. Yeah, but I do know there's a lot more people in the world than just the U.S., so it does make sense to open it up, because look, that was a Nautica shirt that he paid $40 for, a Nautica shirt. Now, if you can find Nautica for $1, they pay $40, 26 in the label, so you're down to what? What's 40 minus 26? Is that 14? And then you paid $1, so you're down 13, and then fees. So it's not a lot of money, but like it's like $9, $8, and you could probably find a ton of that. Now, how long will it take to sell? Like, I don't know, but if you have a ton of people buying that, I mean, that's gonna work. Like, that's a business model that works. So, Funboy says, what about Audible? Is reselling dead? Audible. Are you talking about like that company that people always talk about in their ads and stuff? Did you see a commercial? Did you see an ad on this live? I don't think I have them turned on yet. But yeah, Audible, I don't know what you're talking about, but is reselling dead? No, it's not dead, but I wanted a spooky thing, because a lot of people were telling me that I was like the worst person. Like, now that my reach is getting higher with views and stuff like that, I'm starting to get those comments on like Facebook, my Facebook business page, Taylor Exchange. People are like starting to say like, you're the reason thrift stores are bad. Like, get a real job, son, and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like, first off, what do you do? And second, I told him this in one comment. I said, look, since 2019, I've spent over $100,000 at thrift stores in Texas. I've spent over $100,000 at the post office for shipping labels, and I've paid all my taxes. Like, a lot of people don't pay their taxes. They try not to. They think it's like, you know, they hate it, whatever. So it's kind of like, well, you know, what kind of job are you doing? And I did plenty of like other jobs. I mean, it's just crazy. So I wanted it to be like, you know, is it dead? Because it's Halloween, dude. That's kind of what I was thinking. But anyway, that was part of it, though. Let's see. The higher standard says, video idea. How much YouTube paid me as a clothing reseller with 7,000 subscribers? That's a video for you. Yeah, that title's pretty long, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Titles, they say under 10 words, which that one's pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a little bit quicker. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. What did YouTube pay me? But see, the whole thing is like, you could just say reseller, you know, like clothing is a little too niche down for the title. But yeah, that's good. And sometimes you can use ChatGPT to find those titles for you. I've done that before. Here's Johnson & Murphy. Johnson & Murphy, I'm still a buyer on it. Bigger sizes are definitely better, but this is an orange-white plaid. Sold for $19. And yeah, definitely, you know, average cost is $4, but like if I see this in the thrift store, I'm trying to pay $4 or less. And it's not always a go. You know, it's got to be pretty good condition. My friend Brian Roning's got a reselling channel, and he says perfect condition. He's like, as long as it's in perfect condition, and because we're always on the phone while we're thrifting, and I'm like, hey, what about this item, this size, this color? He's like, is it in perfect condition? I'm like, I don't know, like what's perfect condition? He's like, you know, like really good condition. And I was like, okay. So, because in my opinion, perfect condition would be like new with tags, never worn, barely been in the thrift store, right? Like no dust. So. Perfect condition. I gotta get some water. Poochie is also a, it's funny to say, Poochie Pickers. PP, double P says, I sell on Amazon too, different products, but it's rough everywhere for resellers. And the answer is not enough, yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. The Hired Sender says, Sean, can you fill in details with his gift of Gab, but the topic is top notch for views and new subs? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely can talk my way into anything or out of anything, but I want to, I need to just write it down. Like I need to outline some stuff, and then I also want like to feed you guys with what you want to see, right? I just want to talk about things that might get the most views, right? I mean, I know there's a path to do that, and I don't really think that's, I don't know, like authentic. I mean, there's just so many ways where it's like, it's kind of gaming the system. It's like if it bleeds, it leads. Like negative titles do better most of the time than like positive ones, but like, I don't know. It's just something I'm still trying to like wrap my head around, you know. But I do enjoy it. I do like making videos. So here is a pair of snowboarding pants. This is the North Face. It's a men's size medium in gray, but I'm not going to be snowboarding anytime soon, so we decided to sell it. It went for $25 plus $8.99 shipping. Paid like, I think like $6 for those. I think it was $5.99. And we're probably, let's see how much it's going to cost. 12 by 8. I don't really know the dimensions. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be priority. No, ground advantage 715. It's not bad. Bearded Poke Tuber says, you can do no international returns if you ship direct, but you won't stop an INET. Exactly. Yeah. Fun Boy says, thanks, y'all. Good to know. It can still work. Good to know. Yeah, for sure. Reselling's not, I don't think reselling will ever disappear. I think reselling will live on in some form or fashion till the end of time. Because people want deals. And if you can get the stuff, however means, and provide it at a better deal than what somebody is willing to pay. And even think of this, like, a lot of people don't want to go to a store, right? I mean, they're fine paying up and shopping from home and getting those Amazon boxes or eBay boxes. Like, they are totally fine with it. That's like the way of the world now. So, it's not going anywhere. But you can lose confidence if people talk badly on you on YouTube comments. I mean, people say ignore it, like turn it off, but you can't really go without seeing it. I mean, it's all over, right? I mean, it's like my phone is my business. Without my phone, like, you know, things are really, really hurt. They're really bad when you don't have that device. Like, I think it was one of Elon's chat said something like, we're pretty much a cyborg with the phone. Like, you are infinitely smarter with a phone than without, you know. and his whole thing about like integrating it to our brains and stuff. It's pretty intense. Anyway, let's check the tube and see how many folks are in. So we got 45 concurrent viewers with 15 likes. Appreciate everyone that's been in here hanging out. Sunday afternoon. Here's Bugatti Umu. Now, Bugatti Umu, or whatever it's called, not an everyday pickup for me, this shirt, but this one was linen. It was a linen, 100% linen. So sold for $18.99. A lot of these around the $19 mark. So pretty good. Not too bad. You guys do a lot of estate sales in the winter? Is that like what garage, like people who only source garage sales for inventory, do you hit estate sales in the winter? Or like, are there still flea markets in the winter? I'm curious. But I want to hit an estate, so I'm going to go to one this week. I'm pretty excited about. Jem says, my sales have been dead this weekend. Give me some good vibes and blessings, please. Jem, no problem. I think people are spending a lot on Halloween type stuff. I also think that, I don't know. I mean, a lot of it's just like deals, like I say before. I mean, a lot of this stuff is offers that I accept. Almost, I did the percentages some years back, and I think it was like 45% offers, and now it's probably like way higher. It's probably way higher than 45%. The majority of my sales come from offers, sending them and receiving them. Just how it is. But hopefully it gets better for you, Jen. I hope so. This is Black Hawk. This is the one where it's got all caps with the exclamation point. Black Hawk. Sold for $12 plus $8.99, so like $21 on a long sleeve shirt. It's black too. Everyone loves the black shirts. And it looks like it's going to go priority, unfortunately. It's okay. I say unfortunate because I already put it in the poly mailer. So we're going to take it back out. There was a bit of a draft in my back door. So since it got down to like 40, like there was this draft, right? So do you know these strike plates that you put on the doors, you know, where like the lock goes? Usually there's a top one and a bottom one. I think a couple years back I put one because like the holes, if you ever have the holes mess up and like the screw doesn't attach something, there's these big pieces that are both the top and bottom for the lock and the door, and it has multiple holes, so you can find some wood that's still good. Well, when I put that on, I never recessed it in with, you know, like notching out the spot for it. So there was 1/8 of an inch, and it was keeping my door from like sealing properly, even with the weather stripping. And maybe the house moved some, so not really sure, but my wife was like, hey, this is a huge draft. I've been telling you about it. And I was kind of like, there's no way I would have left it. So I had to, and mind you, it's like 40 degrees. So I had to get the chisels, right? I had my chisels. I had to sharpen the chisel. I had to hammer out all of that little spot and then like kind of get it smooth and flat and then like reinstall the strike pad or the strike plate pretty much. And it was intense, but I got it done and now we have no draft. So I'm actually really proud that I got back to my construction roots. I used to frame houses, work general construction. Like I can do quite a bit with tools, and I have a lot of tools. So I'm really thankful that I have those skills. And I was trying to tell my son Seth like to watch and pay attention, but the banging of the hammer was causing him some discomfort. So my wife had to take him into his bedroom while I did that work. But yeah. Goofy, you had a $4.99 super chat. You say, not sure if you saw my comment, but buy all the coats and use Jiaropack's 24x9 poly bags, no bulky boxes, and cheaper shipping. Are you doing pirate ship, Goofy? Thanks for the super chat, man, and that's really good advice. The thing with me is, like in Texas, we don't get like a lot of high quality jackets. I mean, there are some for sure, but like I feel like other people get better access to jackets. And then the jackets at the thrift, like 25 is kind of like mid-range. Most of the time they're pretty dang high, and those they usually get picked up first unless you get them on the restock. So I do think that's a good idea. The 24 by 19 poly bags are the massive ones. Jiaropack, Taylor 10, you get my code, 10% off. That's a good idea. Now that Armani suit that I sold last week, I put that in a box. Not packing suits in poly bags. But man, I really appreciate it, man. Super chats are great. It's really good to see that people care, you know. And I guess I did miss your comment before. Let me go back and just see. I need to... You say Carhartt scrubs do well? Yeah. Well, hey, man, really appreciate it, dude. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Where did I leave off? At Gem with her sales. Bearded says, stop, not shop. Okay. Now, I missed what we were talking about. Ping says, with international shipping, not using eBay international shipping, you would have to send the buyer enough money for them to purchase a label to ship it back to you or refund without a return. That is what I opted. That's why I opted into EIS. Yeah. Well, then you have to factor this, right? How many more sales do you get with international direct shipping? And then how many times do they want to return where you say, all right, just keep the item? So you're taking the loss of the item, right? And then you do have to, wait, do you even return them? Or you have to refund them so they don't give you like a strike, right? So you're losing out on, you'd be losing out on no, because they paid you the money. So you'd be losing out on the item, right? How much of that is going to affect the increase of sales, right? Because I'm telling you, international shipping, I get like maybe one a week from eBay international shipping. Like direct shipping, I don't know, maybe I should turn it on. I just feel like if I turn it on my entire store with 5,000 items, I'm going to be getting a lot of issues. That's what I'm worried about. So I need to figure out how to go like maybe maybe the older items, turn that on international direct and see if I can start flushing some of those out. That might be something, but yeah, those guys don't have access to some of the stores we do and some of the brands we do. So I know it could work. All right, here's the territory ahead. They paid $25 for this shirt. It's a long sleeve. It's like red. Goofy says use pirate ship. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That is what I was thinking. I love pirate ship, man. It's such a good company. Funboy says, Audible sells but not real products. What about buying wholesale if you can? I do not know the wholesale game. I feel like some of the people that I see that are buying it, like the new products, and then they're like either selling it on Whatnot or however they're selling it, I think it works if you can buy enough and then if you're okay like with the margins you get, because it may be a low margin, but it's all selling and it's all selling fast. I'm not at that level, and I'm not going to be at that level. I'm not going to be a pallet buyer. Like, I do not envision myself. I feel like there's other ways to make money with not like just the YouTube channel, but the ability to make content and like also making content for other people, like running ads, giving like reviews on products. Like, there's a lot of ways to do it once you figure out how to work like the video stuff. But yeah. I don't know. Whenever you see these deals, these wholesale deals, you got to be very weary of them, because most likely the person that's flipping that deal has already got the good stuff out of it, and they've already like they're trying to make either their money back to break even, or they're just trying to like, you know, make money off of you. And then you really have to figure out how to make that stuff work. And I don't know. I think it can kind of mess you up if you don't have the capital for it, you know. All right, so there's the Ralph Lauren, pretty basic, $12 plus $8.99, it's $21. Most of them were like $21 today. Only a few or more for more. But that's okay. Poochie says, y'all never convince the people they'll never get it about reselling. Yeah, Poochie's talking about the haters on the comments. And I'm not talking about the guy that hated my intro, which I thought was hilarious. But there's just the ones that are like, get a job, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like resellers are killing thrift stores. And I think about that and I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like when COVID happened, a lot of stuff got accelerated. Like, think of how many people can now hook up their phone or a webcam and like do Zooms. Before that, a bunch of people did not know how to do that. Now, a lot of people know how to do that. So the increase in online selling to make money increased a lot. When people were at home Googling, if you Google like, how do I make extra money? Usually reselling comes up. It's one of the number one, it's probably, I think it is the number one side hustle in America, at least, is to sell your used goods. So it got more competitive, you know? I just wonder, like, the people that see that on their feed, right? I assume they're not resellers at all. Like, they have no clue about the whole reselling thing. It's not like they're doing bad and like other people are doing better. It's that they're just like, you know, looking at cakes or whatever, and then they see a reel of a reseller and they're just like, ugh, like, look at look at this guy. What a demon child this person is. Here's a Wrangler Pearl Snap long sleeve. It's one of the thick ones, like not like a brush popper, but kind of. I mean, I guess a little bit. I bought a lot of these for $5, and I've been selling them off slowly. They're selling faster than the 73 of the black Pearl Snaps that are polyester cotton. Those ones are not as valuable as the thicker ones that are 100% cotton, but I have sold five of those black ones, so I have 68 left. And I think when they get down to like $20 a piece, like I started them at 25 a piece, when they get down to like $20 a piece, I think most of them will sell, especially next year. I think is when that's probably going to happen, because they're lighter weight, you know. So this is my first Halloween with my son Seth. He is 11 months old. And as a dad, does that mean all the candy goes to me? And then should I encourage people to put candy in his little bucket, you know, that he can barely hold on to? Oh, shoot. Hang on. Okay. Forgot to put the label on it. I forgot to put the label. So I'm thinking I should, but I only like gummy candies, and my wife likes chocolate candies. And then Seth, he don't eat any candy right now, so I'm thinking you use him as a vehicle to get more candy, is what I'm thinking. Like, how many trick-or-treats can you go to in one day? You know? Because honestly, I never really got over, you know, when you're too old to trick-or-treat. Like, I'm not even a fan of that, dude. I wish I could have trick-or-treated well into my 20s. Would have been nice. You know, I had to stop, though. Had to stop. My mom wouldn't let me. She said, no, you're too old. But yeah. I'm getting close to the end here. Let me see what time we're at. We are at 54 viewers, 18 likes. Let's see, what's the time? Oh, we're about at an hour. That's probably good for today. But I feel like when I go a little bit longer, people like that more, because during the week, they're usually watching this while they're shipping. Like the folks that aren't here or couldn't make it. They usually listen to it during their work week. And I know how important that is, because I listen to the Trash to Cash podcast every single week when I'm driving to Dallas or Oklahoma City. So like they come on, they air on Tuesday is when they publish it, but I don't watch it till Wednesday. So I'm, you know, I'm really thankful for that type of content, because, you know, most YouTube videos are like shorter, and you kind of have to like watch the screen and can't just like listen to what's going on. So it does mean a lot that I have something to rely on. And I watch the Bears show. It comes on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I think. So when I'm driving back from like 8 to 10:30, then I listen to the Bears stuff to catch up. So that's always good. Here's a 511 tactical polo. It's a size small, sold for about $20. It's gray as well. 8 ounces. But yeah, a lot of stuff happening. We got Halloween. We have Seth's birthday, which is November 12th, which I hope he gets a lot of stuff that he wants. I think we're looking for, from the parents, at least. You get the best presents from the grandparents, but we're looking for like his bed, right? Like a toddler bed, I guess, is what he's going to go to next. And then we got Thanksgiving, right? So we got Thanksgiving, and then we also have Christmas, and then Christmas at the end, what is it, December or something? My wife and I are going to this Harry Potter, well, my son's coming too, but it's this Harry Potter type thing. It's like a whole event thing, and you go there, and you're like, there's a bunch of attractions. I don't even know what it is, but I'm really excited for that. We already bought the tickets. We bought the tickets, I think it was a month and a half ago, and they were already booked. Like all the Saturdays were booked until December like 30th. So it was huge, like super popular, and we're excited to go to something like that. And that's all happening like, you know, from November now till December. There's a lot of stuff, you know, to do, you know, a lot of stuff to do. So I am excited about being able to, I don't know if Randy's watching, my part-time employee, but I'm going to give her like a bonus, like a bonus for the year. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've never gotten to do that for somebody. Unless you count like letting my wife buy whatever she wants as a bonus to her. I don't know if that counts. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of treat her and, you know, try to just, you know, make things good for the business. I'm excited about, obviously the Bears season is turning up, and I really hope we get Justin Fields back, even though Bajent's doing fine. I think Fields needs to, one of two things. He either needs to solidify that he's the franchise guy for the Bears, which I think it's almost too late. Even if he plays crazy, I think people, I can't really say. He just has had so many like warts and so many things, so many bad games. Not all his fault. Not all his fault. But if we can retain him and use the draft picks, that draft capital for like better players, it's going to be a huge thing. If we have to start over with quarterback, you're pretty much like setting yourself back a couple years. So we'll see how he does. I really hope he can come out. And then say he does play super well, another team will want him, right? And then we just have to like move off of him. But he'll have higher value too. But yeah, it's a tough thing, man. I hope he can get back to it. But I played quarterback. I played quarterback 2 years, and I remember messing my thumb up, and I had to buddy tape it to this finger, and I played that next week. I threw 4 interceptions in the first half, and I fumbled in the first half. Every series was a turnover, and I was benched the second half, you know, rightfully so. But I know those fingers, I mean, it means a lot to throw the ball, like having good fingers. So I'm afraid his injury could be a problem, but they also have better like medical care and like treatment stuff. So I feel like it'll be okay. This is an excellent sale to talk about. This is Chaps Ralph Lauren flannel. This Chaps Ralph Lauren flannel, it's a 2XL. It's got a little bit of that Christmas colors to it. It's sold for $25. So there's brands that a lot of people don't pick up and they sell for good money. You just have to know like why does it sell? It's flannel, 2XL. It's got the look, right? But it may not be like the best brand, you know. But it'll still sell and make you a little bit of cash. When you know a bunch of those brands, then sourcing isn't as difficult when you can scoop up the money off of the low-end stuff and then obviously strike at the good stuff when you see it. But yeah. Whoops. Okay. Is anybody a big fan of candy corn? You guys eat candy corn? I feel like when I was younger, I thought candy corn was straight up wax. I was like, dude, this isn't even like a candy. This is like candle wax. But it's not bad. I don't think it's that bad. Here's one of those Vince shirts. Vince is new with tags. I bought a bunch of these. Well, I bought like, I think 12 or 14. And they were all $3.50. And this one sold for $20.99 plus $8.99 shipping for the Vince. I've never really bought Vince to sell. I feel like I've looked it up a couple times, like their polos. But these are just long sleeve crew neck shirts. New with tags, though, changes everything. So say you had a bulk deal where you could buy Vince for $8 a piece. Like, you know, 1,000 pieces of Vince for $8 a piece. Would you spend $8,000 on that? I mean, it's going to take a while to sell, but you're definitely going to make money. It's just those types of deals. And then you're talking about paying for the shipment. I mean, there's a lot of fees that are involved. But that is a very interesting one. So, Vince. Flip It Good says, yes, all the candy goes to the parents. Did you guys ever lay the candy out on your dining room table and have to like go through it piece by piece because of the razor blades? I don't even know why I'm putting quotes. There were actual razor blades in candies, and candies that had been opened and sealed. So that was something we did at my house for many years. I don't know if we did it every year, but definitely when we were younger, that was a concern in our household. And now as an adult, thinking somebody would actually try to poison or hurt kids is just, it's insane to think. But yeah, I'm a bit of a sweet tooth. I really am. My main calories though come from drinks, like energy drinks, and we drink Diet Dr. Pepper, which kind of sucks. I think of the diet drinks, it's one of the better ones, but energy drinks is one of my big calorie things. And then candy. I stopped buying candy. I used to go to the dollar store, Dollar Tree, and buy candy like pretty much every other day or something like that. It was a lot. And then I just noticed how bad I was feeling and stuff. So I stopped that. But yeah, I'm excited. And I hope they don't put no candy canes or nothing like that, dude. When people give me a candy cane, I'm so upset. Like, I'm just like, dude, come on. Even at Christmas time, like, give me something else, And then that's the whole saying, right? Like, trick or treat, give me something good to eat. Like, you're not looking for that popcorn ball. I remember we'd get those popcorn balls. We would throw it back at the house. No, why are you giving popcorn balls out, man? It needs to be like, we're talking Skittles, gummy worms, jelly beans, those types of things. We have an unfortunate sale, and I say unfortunate because this is a Lululemon black pants, and they didn't sell for much money. I wonder if there was an issue with this, but they didn't fit me was the main issue. Because Lululemon, I'm telling you, some of the best pants out there. This one sold for $22 plus shipping, so $31. I imagine there was a problem with them because they're a very old listing. I want to look at it right this sec. I'm going to get the label printed. But yeah, it stinks when that stuff doesn't fit you too tight. But yeah, I like how stretchy they are. They aren't very good for cold weather. I'll give them that. Like, that's one of their knocks, but they look good and they feel good too. Lululemon. All right. We're making our way through these items. Fireball Flipper says, I like candy corn. Pink G says, candy corn is too sweet. Every time I hear too sweet, I think of the movie 21, whenever one of the codes was to stop betting was too sweet. She'd drink the thing and be like, too sweet, too sweet. I think it was to get off the table. But yeah, it's a great movie. Jem says, Trick or Treat was wild. No one did the trick. Are you sure? Because the trick was like getting scared, I think, right? Like when you go up there, they scare you, right? Like trick or treat, and they're like, ah! And then you're scared. I think that's the trick part. Goofy says, razor blades and candy is an urban legend, as is CBD gummies. Ain't no one giving the CBD gummies to kids. That's, well, okay. Now, I don't know about the razor blades. You may be right. I just feel like you saw like a grainy photo from the 90s of like a razor blade and an apple, right? And then it's like, watch out. Maybe that was to get people from giving out apples. Because what a terrible gift. A terrible thing to give to kids. Also, the CBD is like, wouldn't you want that just for yourself? Like, why would you want to pass those up? But I will tell you, kids have accidentally eaten those gummies thinking they were candy and then got like, really stoned. But yeah, I don't know, man. Josh says, hope your study's going great. Josh, it is going pretty good, man. It's cold, though. It's like 40 degrees and drizzly. So I'm going to probably have to take Ragnar for a walk. And then I think my wife and I are going to go to the Home Depot, the department store for your home. And I think I don't know what she needs there. Oh, a new weather stripping for the back door. That's what we were talking about earlier. But yeah, so we're going to do that. And then I actually may get something for me. I do. Okay, you guys see right up here? I have some shelves my wife gave me that need to go up here. I just don't know if I should offset them, and I don't know what to put on them, and I don't know what level to put them at. I'll probably have to set the camera up to get like the height correct, because it is going to be part of like the background display. So I may get something to go with that. I don't know. I probably just need to put that up like today. I still got time. It doesn't take that long to do that. I just feel like when you like tell yourself I'm going to do something like construction wise, you got to get in like the right clothes, the right mindset, you know, wear some shoes. You can't be barefoot. So that is all something to think about for today. But yeah, no, today's going good. A nightcap would be the Bears beating the Chargers. It really would. It really would. If we can, I'm a little worried about their pass rush. Bosa and Khalil Mack. I mean, talk about a nightmare for the new quarterback, right? Fireball Flipper says, no one is giving out drugs for free. I searched high and low and had no luck. That's crazy. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Here's a Ralph Lauren polo. Went for was it 8 plus 9? $17. A lot of them old items sell between 15 and like 8. Well, like not even 12. Probably like 14 and 17 is what a lot of the older items go for. Which is fine. I mean, it's making some money. Goofy says, people who gave toothbrushes and pencils. Yeah, toothbrushes for all the candy you're about to eat. Like, dude, break that pencils, throw it back at their little pumpkins. Speaking of pencils and pumpkins, though, my nieces and nephews, and my sister-in-law, they put, like, toothpicks as, like, teeth for the jack-o'-lanterns. They had, like, tons of them. And then they also use it as, like, repair job for the pumpkins. I thought it was tremendous. She's, like, very creative when it comes to crafts and stuff like that. She is the best mom that I've seen handle, like, my nephews and nieces. I mean, she's doing really good. She's always very thinking of, like, interesting things for them to do. Miss Lachey says, I got a feeling there will be a lot less candy given out this year. Y'all have to spend at least $50. That is almost video worthy. Is Halloween dead because inflation has increased candy so much? I mean, it really has. Candy is expensive, man. It really is. Oh, man. I didn't even think about that. Like, the day of the full-size candy bar is gone for Halloween. Like, they're splitting the minis up, you know, to get two out of each one. Golly, man. That brought, like, that just, Mr. Shea hitting the reality button right there. Goofy agrees with Fireball. I hate when my kids get like 30 of the plastic spider rings. Oh, yeah, that's terrible too. What are the worst? Yeah, that's the thing. What's the worst candies out there for Halloween? I mean, we've already hit on a couple of them. And honestly, like ring pops, not a fan. Not a fan. There's no like comfortable way to eat a ring pop, and you know that thing like doesn't, especially if the kids are younger, that thing gets drug around the ground and like all over the place and they still eat it. No. Ring pops stink. My dad, he's a big Smarties guy. You know, the little like Smarties. I don't know how I feel about Smarties. They're almost too much like pills, honestly. And they almost have, like, some of them have a tart taste to them too. So, I'm not a huge fan, but hey, I'll down some Smarties, trust me. I will not turn down Smarties, but it's not like a go-to for me, is the Smarties. And is Reese's Cups, is that one of like the best candies you can get? I mean, Reese's they're pretty OP when it comes to candy. Goofy says, or the black and orange wrap peanut butter taffy. I don't know if I've had that one. What about black licorice? Talk about, like, I'd rather eat Brussels sprouts than black licorice. Fireball says a kid in elementary school brought CBD gummies to school and shared it with their friends. Yeah, and it's like, you know, they don't really know what it is. Oh, Stephanie says it's almost time to get ready. That's my wife, everybody. Yeah, I was just about to get off, babe. I just wanted to finish these out. But we are done shipping orders. I did have a few come in since we started. I had a couple come in. So we'll get those tomorrow morning whenever I, do my regular routine. Jem says, used to wait for the sales on Halloween candy just to know the deals aren't worth it. Oh, no way. Inglewood Deal says Pokemon cards and candy is being given out by me. Pokemon cards is an interesting one. You know, kids will like that. Worst is the peppermint butterscotch. My dad definitely would give those out. Peppermints are the worst. Butterscotch, I like the butter. I'm a fan of butterscotch candies. You know, I know they're grandpa candies, but like, I guess that's something I can look forward to being an old grandpa is like butterscotch candy, because you know you got to have that porcelain dish with some butterscotch candy. Hope you guys enjoyed the Halloween episode. Hope everyone has a spooky, scary sales for Monday. I don't know. I feel like I'm stretching a little bit. Thank you for the super chats. Really appreciate the people that support the channel and donate.